Dear students, welcome back to Object-Oriented Programming using Java. This is V.S.N. Kumar, Department of Computer Science, Archer Degree College, Kakinada. In the last section, I explained conditional statement, that is if. In if statement, there are four forms: simple if and else. And the remaining two, that is nested if and ladder if, that we discuss now. As I told to you, if is a conditional control statement, especially two-way branching. That means if the condition is true, it executes one set of statements, otherwise it will execute another set. That means the decision of selecting one set among two is possible either true or false. That is why in if statement it is very much important writing condition. Basically we write the condition using relational and logical operators. Now coming to our next if statement, nested if. We simply say this nested if is nothing but when a if statement contains another if statement. When a if statement contains another if. In a simple word, there is a if, inside there is another if. That means the second if is inside another if. This is called it as nested. Nested means inside. When a if statement contains another if statement, then it is called it as nested if. Of course, when a situation required, for example, we have to use the nested if in some situations. That means assume if the condition is true, again I want to test another condition. Of course, you may write the another condition in the first if statement. If A greater than B and A greater than C and A greater than D, you may write logical AND. But in another way, if you want to represent, if A greater than B, then write another if. If A greater than C, another if A greater than D, that means if first one is true, it is going to second one. If second is true, going to third. Like this in this type of context where we are going to use this nested if. Now see here, it consists of more than one if else. It consists of more than one if else, where more than one. That means a if contains another if. Again that if contains another if. Again that if contains another if. Nested means inside statements. It is basically used when series of decisions is to be made. When we are going to take series of decisions, for example, if gender is male, okay, then another if. If is age 50 to 60, okay, if it is okay, then come down. His working department is sales, then come down. That means here the employee is a male, at the same time the age 50 to 60 and he works in sales department. That means when first condition is true, it will come into second. In case if the first condition is false, I don't want the age and department, then I want to go out. In the situation when series of conditions are there, where we are going to use this if. Now see this syntax. Here, if condition 1, if condition 1. If it is true, it will go to this true. If it is true, go to condition 2. Condition 2. When? If the condition is true. Then it will execute the statement one block. The execute the statement one block. Once the condition 2 is executed, immediately it will go out to statement nested, because it never enters into else or never enters into this last else, because this else belongs to this if. This if belongs to this else. So this else belongs to this if. This else belongs to this if. See here, this is a if and the related else. Inside what is there? again if else, again inside if else, again inside if else. You may write more number of series of if statements. So this is my construction, this is the construction. If, for this if, there is else and there is closing, there is closing. This is called outer if. Inside between if and else there is another if. That means the true part of the outside if, the true part of the outside if contains another if block, another if else. That means the execution of the condition 2 is depending on condition 1. Assume if condition 1 is true, it comes to condition 2. If condition 2 is okay, then execute statement 1 and then going out. In case if the condition 1 is okay, so it will come to condition 2. In the condition 2, if it is false, if it is false, then it will go to else. True. So if condition 2 is true, it executes the statement 1 and then go to the rest of the statements after the complete if, end of the if, this is end of the if, it will go to statement next. Whereas if the condition is false, that means inside if is false, the inside else, it will go to inside else and then it will execute statement 2 and then it will go out without executing the last else. In case if the condition 1 is false, it is true. If the condition 1 is false, then immediately it will jump to else. False. If condition 1 is false, it will go directly to else, where it will execute the statement 3 and carries the execution. Carries the execution. That means the last else is executed if the condition 1 is false. If the condition 1 is false, it will go to the last else, from that place it will go down. If the condition 1 is true, it will come to condition 2, from that place it will execute the statement 1 and then go out to statement next. So see here, if condition 1 is true, assume condition 1 is true, then what happened? It will go into condition 2. Then condition 2 is executed. If 1 is true, assume if it is true, it will go to condition 2. Otherwise, for example, condition 1 is false. Condition 1 is false. Otherwise, statement 3 will be executed. So, if the condition is false, then statement 3 means this else. It will go to this else and then falling down. Then falling down to statement followed by statement next. So, if the condition 1 is true, it will go to condition 2, that is inside another if. Then if the condition 1 is false, it will go directly to else, from that place it will go down. So, this is false, this is true. Next, if condition 2 is evaluated, okay, now condition 1 is true, it will go to condition 2. Okay, it will check the condition 2, then statement 1 is executed. Okay. For example, if the condition 2 is also true, so it will true, it will go directly to statement 1. So, if condition 2 is evaluated true, condition 2 is also true, then statement 1 is executed. Statement 1 is executed, from that place it will go directly to statement next. Then statement 1 is executed. If the condition is true. Okay. In case if the condition 2 is not true, that means false, false, it will go directly to else. Go directly to else. From that place it will execute the statement 2 and then going to statement next. So, or statement 2 is executed if the condition is false, followed by statement next in both cases. So, once again, if condition 1 is true, condition 1 is true, it will go to condition 2. If condition 1 is true, it will go to condition 2. Again, if the condition 2 is true, it will execute statement 1. Then it will go to statement next. So, first one is true, going to condition 2, again it is true, it will execute the statement 1 and then going out to statement next. In case if the condition 1 is false, it will go directly to else. Which else? The second else. It will go directly to else, that means statement 3 is executed and then going down statement next. In case if the condition 2 is false, okay, in case condition 2 is false, it will go directly to statement 2 and then going down. This is what is called it as nested if. Okay. Now, we will see a small example. See once again, observe. Whether it is a nested if or ladder if, whatever it may be, the only thing is my goal is I want to execute statement 1 when condition, first condition will be true, second condition will be true, then I want to execute statement 1. I want to execute statement 2 when first condition is true, this will be executed true. First condition is true, second condition is true, it executes statement 1 and then going out. In case I want to execute statement 2 when first condition is true, second condition will be false, then it will go out. I want to execute statement 3 when first condition will be false, then it will come to else automatically. There is no another if condition is there, so that it will go out. That is a contest. That means the decision of writing the conditions is totally belongs to you. It is up to you. So, but you need to write in a clear manner so that the correct exact statement will be executed according to the true, false or false, true. Okay. Now, this is what is called nested if. Now, before going to give nested if statement, we will write one more program. Okay, we will discuss this one. Okay. So, another if statement is if else if statement. See here, if else followed by if. We simply say this if is called else if. Some people are going to say else if. Of course, if is common, else if. Some people are going to say ladder if. Some people are going to say ladder if. Both these terms for if else if statement. As you know, in the nested if contains another if. If contains another if is called it as nested if. Whereas in ladder if or else if, else contains if. That's why it is called else if. So, if contains another if is nested if. If contains another if is called nested if. Here, else contains another if. Else contains another if. It is called if else if or else if or ladder if. Ladder if. That is the difference. So, if anyone asks you what is the difference between nested if and ladder if. In the nested if, the if statement contains another if statement. That means if it is true, come to this place, if it is true, action. In the else if context, the if follows after else. When you write the same if within else, same if within else is called it as if else if or ladder if. Now we see this one. Remember the word ladder if. This is also called ladder if. In this context, this if else if construct works in the same way as a normal if statement. This type of if is called nested if statement. Because why the word nested if? Because already another if follows at the end of else. So we simply say this is also called nested if. Nested if. But compared to nested if, we simply say it as else if. Now see this construction. In this construction, if condition 1 is true, as usual, when condition 1 is true, what happens? It will go into the block. That means if it is true, it will go to statement block 1 and it will execute. From that place it will go out. If condition 1 is true, just like ordinary if, it will execute the statement block 1 and then going out. That is out. Going out. In case if the condition 1 is false, as usual, if the condition is false, where it will go? Else. So that if it is false, it will go to else. False. If condition 1 is false, it will go to else. In else, there is another if statement. Again, we will check the condition 2. If condition 2 is true, again if it is true, it executes statement block 2. It executes statement block 2 and then going out. In case if the condition 2 is false, assume if it is false, what happened? It will go to else. It will go to else. Or you may write any number of else ifs. For example, again I am writing another else if. Again insert the same. Again I am writing another else if. You may write, you continue this ladder. Of course, I stop this ladder with one step only. But if condition 1 is false, go to else if condition 2. If it is false, again write down else if condition 3. Again if it is false, else if condition 4. You may write anything. In case, assume there are no more else ifs. So if the condition 2 is false, it will go directly to else and then will execute the statement block and going out. This is the following construction. In the construction you may see that if the condition 1 is true, it will execute the statement block 1 and then going out. If the condition 1 is false, it will go directly to else, where if condition 2 is checked by system, from that place it will execute. Assume condition 2 is true, it executes the statement block 2 and then going out. In case condition 2 is false, it comes to else and then continues the statement block x. Okay. Now see here, in the above syntax, if the condition 1 is true, okay, assume my condition 1 is true, what happens? Statement block 1 will be executed. Condition 1 is true, immediately what is there? Statement block 1. It executes the statement block 1, that's all. If it is true, it executes statement block 1 and then going out. Going out after else block. Statement block 1. Otherwise, in case false, otherwise means false, it executes else if statement. If the condition is false, then immediately what happens? It will go to else if. It will go to else if. What will do in else if? And checks condition 2. It will check the condition 2. Again the condition 2, what happens? If it is true, it executes statement block 2. if it is true, it executes statement block 2. So again, if it is true, it will execute true statement block 2 and then going out. So if it is true, it executes statement block 2. If any condition is not satisfied, in case here the condition is false, condition 2 is true, okay, it will go on statement block 2 and then going out. If the condition 2 is false, then it will go to if any condition is not satisfied, it executes else block. It executes else block. This is what is the construction of if else if statement. So once again, if the first condition is true, then immediately it executes statement block 1 and then going out without, there is no permission to execute into other statement blocks. If the condition 1 is false, it will go directly to else, because this else belongs to this if. Come to else. Again the else condition 2 is going to check by system. If it is true, it executes statement 2 and then going out. In case if it is false, it will go to else statement block X. First of all, you are going to observe how the flow will be going on according to the true and false state. That is very much important, because soon you are going to write programs. Okay. So this is the concept of ladder if. This is also called ladder if. Remember, ladder if. Because if false, else if. If it is false, else if. Again, if it is false, else if. It is just like a ladder. Okay. Here it is nested if. In the nested if condition 1 is true, go to condition 2. Again, if the condition 2 is true, again write another if. It is also ladder, and also it is also nested. Both are nested, but the only thing is here another if follows within another if, within if, where another if follows in else block. Okay. Now find big number in 3 numbers. Sir, ఒకసారి సార్ ఒకసారి now we write an example finding big number in 3 numbers using nested if followed by ladder if. Now see, now find big number in 3 numbers. Of course, using nested if. How do we write? To find a big number in 3 numbers, as usual, we have to take 3 numbers. We have to take 3 numbers as input, so that every Java program starts with class name. That is, I'm taking the class name as big. You may write any name, followed by public static void main. There must be arguments, string. No need to write always args. You may write AA, but it must be an array. It must be an array. So public static void main string args. Here I am writing my finding big number in 3 numbers. Now I am going to take 3 variables, a comma b comma c. A comma B comma C. I want to find big number of these three numbers. So that for reading three numbers, what I am using? Scanner. Scanner, some object name. Already A I mentioned. So that I am going to take KK equal to new scanner of system dot in. Here S must be capital, here S must be capital, here S must be capital, here string S must be capital, that is why I given underline. I imported scanner object from the scanner class. Now I want to read three numbers. So I am writing system dot out dot println enter three numbers. This is the prompt message I am giving where I want to read three numbers, that means A, B, C. Now I am writing A equal to, what is the object name? KK. KK dot next int B equal to KK dot next int I must be capital, N will be small, I must be capital because it is a method. C equal to KK dot next int. I want to write this program using nested if. A if statement contains another statement. So I am writing if A greater than B. If A greater than B. For example, among three numbers, when A is big, if it is more than B and C. That's why I am comparing A with B. Assume if A is big, then we need to check with C. So that I am writing another if statement. If A greater than C also. If A is greater than B, then it will come to another if. If A greater than C, then I am writing system dot out dot println A is big. A is big. Okay, A greater than B. Okay, because A is greater than B, assume. Then come to the next line. A greater than C? No. So when you are comparing A with C, A is not greater than C. It means C is big. So that for this if I am writing else system dot out dot println C is big. That's this is the nested if. Okay, if the first condition A greater than B is wrong because B is big, so that it will come to else, where again I am writing if all it is confirmed, that is in the first if A greater than B, okay, A is not greater than B, then B is big. That's why here the condition is false, so that it will come to else. In the else, if B greater than C, if B is greater than C, then I am writing system dot out dot println who is big? B is big. So B is big. In case if B greater than C is wrong, for this if I am writing else system dot out dot system dot out dot println C is big. For this if, this is else. Okay. So here in my program, this between if else there is another if. Again the else, there is another if. This is called the pure example of this if. Here I am going to close my main, close my class. So this is main ending, this is class ending. See here, why I am typing my programs? Because when I start writing, maybe the board may be insufficient to write my program. That's why I am showing you the printed programs. Okay. So class big as usual. I want to take 3 numbers, scanner, KK, new scanner. I am reading 3 values, that is A, B, C. When A is big, if it is greater than B and C, so that if A greater than B, it will come to the next line. If A greater than C, it will print A is big. Then it will go out. From this place it will go out, because you have given a permission if A greater than B and A greater than C, execute this line and then go out. It will come out to main, end of the main. Okay, A greater than B, that is okay, A is big. Then it will come to the another if A greater than C false, it will go to else, where it is going to print C is big. In case if A greater than B, that is false, it will go to else. In the else, if B greater than C, B is big, otherwise C is big. So this is what is the concept, call it as. How do you find a big number in 3 numbers? Using nested if. See clearly, if A greater than B, okay, A is big. In case if A is greater than B, I am writing another if A greater than C, that means the system will come to the second if the first if is true. Then it will print A is big and then go out. In case A greater than C is wrong, then it will come to else, it will print C is big and then go out. In case if A greater than B is wrong, it will come to else. Here, if B greater than C, it is true, B is big and then go out. In case B greater than C is wrong, it will print C is big, go out. This is what is called it as nested if. So, observe this following program. Dear students, this is about block if and nested if. Okay. In the next section, I will explain with one example, that is ladder if. Ladder if is also called if else if, or this is also called else if. I will explain the next section. For one more topic, that is called switch statement. Okay. Both if and switch belongs to decision control statement. What is meant by decision? Here the condition is there. If the condition is true, it will go to if, immediate if, otherwise go to else. That means the system will select according to the true or false value. So that is one of the important thing, you need to observe it. Okay. Dear students, this is end of today's section. Be sure, if statement is very much important. If you get an experience with if statement, you may design lots of logical programs. Okay. Thank you all. Have a nice day.